ask how we feel about being Americans, we feel very, very deeply about that question. And we feel very deeply about the places we move to and we become a part of communities of. So there are now more Puerto Ricans on the mainland of the United States than there are on the island. It takes a real act of courage for people to leave the place they're born in and to leave most of their families behind. And I think that that act of courage is not necessarily limited to just Puerto Ricans as migrants. It's probably in the background of everyone sitting in these seats. With that kind of example, the courage to move, the bravery of starting a new life in a foreign culture, the desire to educate themselves as much as they could and to work hard. Those are the values I was taught, and they're the values that led me to where I am today. I learned what being a united America was about. Look, I watched people of every background, every color, both genders, from people from around the world who live in America, see past their differences and find their commonality. People from across the country and across the world came to help in digging out the rubble. People died on behalf of others. Those firefighters who went into those buildings and were killed, they didn't care what color you were, what religion you were, what language you spoke. They were there to save people. And I wish that we could take the lesson from the World Trade Center tragedy and probably from the Oklahoma City tragedy to remember how we felt like one community. And we spend so much time seeing our differences and so little time rejoicing in the things that we share. But I think it's a positive thing for the judiciary to be diverse, not in the traditional ways that people think of diversity, which is race and ethnicity and gender. Those are the three parameters that most people think a court should look like the people it represents. But I think the court should also have experience like the people it represents. And I think that includes religious experiences, practice experiences. We don't have one criminal defense lawyer on our court. Except for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was involved with civil rights for women, we have no one on the court, myself included, who ever practiced in the civil rights area. We don't have anybody on the court, maybe a little bit Justice Kennedy, who has practiced as a solo practitioner. You know, lawyers from big firms are a very small part of our practice, and yet they predominate our court. There's really something not good about that.
Yo creo que fueron excelentes, demostraron la humildad que tiene la jueza, nos demostró que más de ser y tener un nivel tan elevado en el sistema de justicia de Estados Unidos, sigue siendo una persona como nosotros y que el carácter y la forma de hacer sus decisiones demuestran que hay que ser humilde. El primer punto es aclarando lo que es ser un inmigrante de un punto de donde sigue siendo parte de Estados Unidos. Yo creo que fue excelente marcar ese tono, y luego lo de la diversidad entre la gente, entre los jueces y las juezas, va más allá de qué color son, de qué religión tienen, pero sino el carácter que tienen y la experiencia que tienen en el trabajo, y eso realmente va a dar una diferencia en las decisiones de los jueces.
Wow, yo creo que es un honor, obviamente igual para el estado de Oklahoma y para nosotros los hispanos, es un honor que ella haya estado aquí, haya venido. Para mí lo que dijo esta noche o esta tarde no fue sorpresa y yo creo que es algo que a mí como mujer me inspira. A mí simplemente por el hecho de ser mujer me inspira a seguir adelante, a luchar por ese país. Venimos por algo y nos vamos a quedar aquí. Y yo creo que algo que ella dijo es bien importante. Si no votamos, no alzamos la voz. Si no salimos a votar, nunca vamos a salir adelante.
Pues su presencia es muy importante aquí en Oklahoma, siendo una persona que pues educada pero a la vez tan humilde, y creo que el estar aquí, su nivel en la Corte Suprema, ¿verdad? Que tiene esa posición tan importante pero a la vez está aquí con nosotros compartiendo sus experiencias, y el decirnos que cualquier persona puede lograr lo que se proponga, ¿verdad? Siempre y cuando trabaje duro y siga adelante en la vida.